Hi. Today we're going to start going over the different bones in your skeleton. To keep things orderly, I'm generally going to stick to a top-down approach, and I'm going to start with the axial skeleton. Think of the axial skeleton as the central area or vertical axis where all of your other bones are attached to. Let's begin with the skull. Everyone knows what skulls look like and what they do. Skulls provide protection for your brain and some protection for your eyes. It's also the attachment point for your mandible or jaw. Here's an interesting fact. The cranium, or rounded part of your skull, has a type of fibrous joint called a suture. They don't allow for movement like your elbow or knee, but they do allow a child's skull to grow with them as the rest of them grows. The soft spots on a baby's skull are called fontanelles. These fontanelles close up and the sutures fuse together as the child ages. I just want to remind you that we're not going to go over every single bone in the body. We're also not going to go over every part on each bone. I just want you to get an idea of your skeleton as it relates to exercise. Trust me, it will be useful later, and you'll probably score an extra point or two the next time you play a trivia game. Okay, next up is your vertebral column or spine. This includes the sacrum and coccyx at the bottom. Each one of the bones in the upper portions of your spine is called a vertebra. In your science classes, you've probably heard of animals being classified as vertebrates or invertebrates, which really means, does the animal have a spine? Anyway, your vertebrae have three jobs. The first is to protect your spinal cord. There's a hole in each vertebra to allow your spinal cord to pass through. As I'm sure you know, if your spinal cord gets damaged, everything at and below the point of injury will be affected. Second, the muscles of your back attach to your vertebrae. And third, the vertebrae allow for limited movement along your spine. In fact, vertebra is Latin for turn or rotate. The last part of the axial skeleton is your rib cage. The bones of your rib cage include your ribs and your sternum. Rib cage has two functions. It serves as a place for other bones to attach to, like your clavicle, your vertebrae, and other muscles in your torso. It also serves as protection for internal organs like your heart and lungs. I'm sure you know this, but take a breath and feel your rib cage. Your ribs actually move to allow you to bring more air into your lungs. You actually have three types of ribs. True ribs along the top that connect to the sternum and vertebrae, false ribs around the middle that are connected to the sternum with cartilage, and floating ribs along the bottom that aren't connected to the sternum at all. Okay, that'll do for today. See ya. So, these bones on my robes, I'm not sure what they are. Ribs, vertebrae, I don't know. All I know is they look awesome.